actually groups out there that stand up for people, the universal rights of humans. Those include Amnesty International, and there's another group called the Human Rights Watch, and they are there to defend the human rights of people in these countries. But a lot of times they are limited to what they can do because of the government and the way the government is running the country. They can't just go in there. They're not the military. So now we have refugees, and refugees are people seeking amnesty from these countries. They include people from Africa. A lot of people came after World War II from Poland and Czechoslovakia and Yugoslavia and all those places. And though we don't allow illegal immigrants here in the country, we do allow refugees, and those are basically people seeking asylum from being persecuted by their country. And when I say persecuted, it's usually for religion or because of their beliefs. Some people because they're women. There's women who live in Middle Eastern countries who seek asylum because of how bad they're treated in these countries. They're basically treated like second-rate citizens. I wouldn't even call it second-rate citizens. They're treated worse than that. So the point of having refugees is to provide people with that protection, and that is how these countries come together and unite to protect these people whose states and countries don't go by this declaration. So that's really all they can do to help these people.
Thank you, Jennifer. As individual human beings, we each have an innate sense of fundamental rights of freedom, and that cannot be denied by any government. A basic understanding on human rights is in our nature. Let us know more about Universal Declaration of Human Rights. To whom does it apply? What are the main principles upheld by the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, and why is the Declaration important to me and to each of you? To whom does the Declaration of Human Rights really apply? The Declaration of Human Rights is basically based on the inherent dignity of all people. And it affirms legal rights to all men and women. And in addition to the rights of freedom, the declaration gives rights to the declaration gives human rights precedence over the states. While the states are permitted to regulate rights, they are prohibited from violating them. Let's talk about the main principles upheld by the Declaration of Human Rights. The first is the right to life, liberty, security of a person, the right to an education, right to participate fully in cultural life, freedom from torture or cruel, inhumane treatment or punishment, freedom of thought, conscience, and religion. And these are the main principles upheld by the Declaration of Human Rights. If you can see on the handouts that we have given to you, those are the articles that is on the Declaration of Human Rights, and there are 30 declarations of human rights.
And the sad thing is a lot of these rights are just like basic things that we just take for granted as Americans. So
let's take a look on the Article 18 of the handout that was given to you. And the article in there, it says that for everyone has the right to freedom of thought, conscience, and religion. This right includes freedom to change his religion or belief, and freedom, either alone or in community with others and in public or private, to manifest his religion or belief in teaching, practice, worship, or observance. This is why really that Universal Declaration of Human Rights very important to me. When I was in Saudi Arabia, I used to live there for quite a while when I was working in there. When I was in Saudi Arabia, which Jennifer had mentioned that Saudi Arabia did not adopt the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. And I had the chance to experience what is really happening in that country where they didn't adopt the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. We all know that Saudi Arabia is a Muslim country, purely Islamic country. And they allow citizens from other countries to go in there and work and live in there. But there are some restrictions and regulations that they impose on every expatriate that comes into their country. And with that article, freedom to express religion, like us, like I do. I'm a Catholic. I'm basically a Catholic, and we are not allowed to profess our faith outside. You're only allowed to profess your faith inside your home. Once you get in, or you are in the immigration, the immigration officers or immigration police will check your luggage. They will check all your luggage. Once they found out anything that's regard to a Christian religion or any kind of religion other than Muslim religion, Islamic religion, they will take it out, throw it on the garbage. And if they found out that you are organizing or something like doing worship on your home or in other places, they will put you in jail. That's how hard it is to be in an Islamic country and to be in a country that is not adopting the Declaration of Human Rights, especially this Article 18. And also, I'd like to share to you that in Saudi Arabia, men is not equal to women. Women is not allowed to drive in Saudi Arabia. And that certain type of work is only allowed to women. They are only allowed to teach. They're only allowed to work in a hospital. They're only allowed to work as a household helper. But not all the rights the same as like men do. They could have like the same unequal rights to men. And also, given the chance also that I was from the Philippines and I moved here in the US, I finally realized that I have all these rights and freedoms that I could do. Like in the Philippines, we all have the same rights like here in the US. But when I was also in the Middle East, I was able to work in United Arab Emirates, in Oman, in Bahrain, where I used to travel a lot because of my job. But these countries, considering they are also an Islamic country, they are a Muslim country, and there are a lot of people from different countries, different religions. They do adopt the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. And in those countries that I've mentioned, except for Saudi Arabia, they all have churches in there, Catholic churches, temples for Buddhists, temples for Hindus. They allow all this kind of stuff. And they do allow also protests from the streets. They do allow a lot of organization that goes somewhere and proclaim whatever their belief is. Unlike in Saudi Arabia, where they did not declare or they did not adopt the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. And that is why the Universal Declaration of Human Rights is really so important to me. And I think that will be so important to you also. That whenever you go, like in any other countries, you will find the difference, like what we have in here, what we have in there, and you will finally realize that the Declaration really works with you, really works in our rights as a human being.
Now that we have gone over the importance of the Declaration of Human Rights, violations of the Declaration of Human Rights, and why it's so important to us and our country, I hope that all of you have kind of realized how fortunate we are to exercise our rights, and you know how as humans there's just simple basic things that we all deserve. No one deserves to be treated bad for reasons that are just because they don't agree with the country or the leader.
Final thought, we may have different belief in race or nationality, but our right as a human being remains equal and undeniable to anyone.